Hello guys, welcome to the 7th video of this tutorial series. What we'll be doing in this 7th video is on how to develop this sidebar we have here. We want to start adding content to this. So in order to do that, we'll just go straight into diving into our design code view. Right now, this is the sidebar content where you have sidebar here. We'll just erase this right away, then drop this down. What we need to do right now is add some div content. So I'll just copy this. I'm being lazy here, but at least follow up with me. I'll change this content ID to search. I'll call it search. Then I'll add one more here and call it social icon. I'll add one more, call it login, call it subscribe, either subscribe. Add one more, call it login. Let's do login. Let's call it YouTube subscribe. Okay, YouTube subscribe. YouTube subscribe button. YouTube. That is good. So right now let's just go back to design view and see what we have done. These are the different content we have here right now. So at this point we need to start adding something into them. So if I save this and preview in browser right now, there you go. You have the content here, content here, content here, all of them. So what we need to do right now is add some content to it. So for the first one, we did call it search. So instead of this content here, I'll just erase this and then go back to Dreamweaver, insert a form into it. After that, I will insert a table. I'll give it 100%. I'll give it two rows. That should just do. Here inside the first one, I will insert a form, a test feed. I'll give it an ID of search. Then the second one, I put a button, give it a button. And give this button a value of search. So that's what we want to do right away. So that should do it. So if we save this, preview in our browser. There you go. Now you have a little search right on the navigational. Right now we need to do something else. So for this width, right now we need to go and do a little CSS for it, for that input. So let's just go to the CSS. Now I'll declare a class for that. Declare a class and call it input. I'll give it a width of 100%, height 100%, then height of 37 pixel. Okay, that should do. Let's say test indent. Give it 12 pixel. Give it a border. One pixel. Solid. Red. Then let's give it, okay, that should just do. Let's add so right now we just want to add a little pseudo selector to it, and that is to make it a bit flexible. So we just put this back. After input, we add a focus. What this does, as soon as the test feed is clicked, there will be an indication that yes, it has been clicked. So I'll give it a border, 2 pixel, solid, then green, then give it a background, then save it on the CSX. I believe you're following along because we've been doing that manually ever since. So right now what we need to do right now is to apply that class called input. Here is the class, so we just apply it, and now as you can see our test feed has changed. So if we go back to Dreamweaver, to our browser, and refresh that, there you go. This is it. It's looking nice and good, but we need to go back and make some corrections in our CSS. Instead of 100%, I put 95, put 94%. Then I'll add the border radius, of 7 pixel. Save it. But before we go back, I'll just give a class, call it button. I'll give it a width of 60%. No, let's give it 50%. Then height 37 pixel. Background let's give it this background. Then give the text color. Let's give it a white. Text color should be white. Then font size, let's take 24 pixel. So one more time, let's copy this and add a pseudo selector called the over effect. Right after the button, add over. Then give it a background. Let's give it a light gray. Then color white. Let's save that. Then move back to design view to correct our job. As you can see, our text input feed has adjusted. So right now, let's just apply the class for the button we created. So there we go. Save. And then refresh this. There you go. It's looking nice and good now. You see, when clicking right now, this is our search button on over. You can see it's working perfectly. But I want the situation whereby it should take, I want a border radius on it. So I'll just go back to Dreamweaver on our code view down to the CSS. I just paste a border radius there, save it, refresh this. There you go. Our border radius is nice there, working well. So if we should decide to compress this, you see, but the text is not collapsing with it. That's because the text itself is small and it's having a fixed width. So let's just go back to this font size and make it 50%. So if we refresh here, it's a bit small, as you can see. So let's make it 90%. Let's go. There you go. Still, let's take 100. Let's see how it goes. There you go. It's a bit small. Right now, as you can see, it's collapsing with it. So manage it that way. So let's just go back to Dreamweaver on design view. So we can go to the code view for our job here and make that text let's make this text bold. Let's add a strong tag to it. So if we should preview here, okay, that won't work. We can only do that in the CSS. So let's go to the CSS. That should be text decoration. Text decoration. No, not text decoration. Let's leave it at that. So let's just assume that our work here is done in terms of adding the search bar to this job we're doing here. So right now, let me refresh this to see. Let me see if I've saved. No, I haven't saved this. So if we save this, then preview, there we go. Our job here is done for this adding search bar to the sidebar. So I'll see you in the next video. And the next video, what we'll be doing is to add social icon buttons to this place. Just right in this div tag we created here, we'll be adding a social icon button to it, but that will be done in the next video, so stay tuned.